It's the search for love, one that came about by a chance rendezvous in a foreign land. But this isn't the typical romantic story that we're thinking of. His name is Max Richer. Growing up as a kid in Quebec, Canada, he enjoys the great outdoors, from canoeing in the lakes to camping out in the mountains. Her name is Adora Tan. Growing up in Katong with a Peranakan Chinese background, her childhood memories were not of long treks in the wilderness. They were the typical Singaporean childhood memories, 5 stones and all. This is how two young people, born and bred 15,000 kilometers apart, met in a truly traditional way. They were match made. When Adora's mother Fiona Tan went to Canada for a meeting, she not only learned about the cultures of the country. Fiona chanced upon a guy that she wanted to introduce to her daughter.
Adora's mom and I used to work for the same company, but of course at very different offices. And she came over to Canada for meetings, hit it off, became very good friends.
He was seated across me from the table, and then that was a casual moment, so he showed off some of his Mandarin.
你好吗?
Needless to say, Fiona was suitably impressed. Of course, she didn't know Max had only just started learning Mandarin.
This is the kind of guy that I would like to have for Adora. He seemed to have a lot of qualities that we Chinese people consider very highly. Very 乖, you know.
The first time we get in touch with each other, it was through email. It's quite funny because the first email we sent, we had to keep her mother in CC.
I was dropped from the CC list. Then I realized that they've kind of gotten along.
The next 3 months were a flurry of emails, text messages, and long phone conversations. And then came the time for them to meet. When Max relocated to Shanghai as an English teacher, Adora packed her bags and rushed off to meet her Canadian knight in shining armor. It was far less terrifying than the both of them would have imagined.
So when I first saw him, I thought, this guy was quite cute lah. He had a black leather jacket on. It was quite macho, you know. I could really hear the Clint Eastwood music in the background. He walked towards me in slow-mo.
A year later, Max moved once again, this time to Singapore. It was time for them to get serious. Adora's mother approved of the idea. Her father, however, had more than just a few reservations.
Only after we started dating quite seriously and decided to get married that my father started feeling not so happy about it.
You gotta get your daughter to, you want your daughter to marry somebody halfway across the world. Eventually she would want to follow the husband back to Canada, and you're gonna have problem when you want to visit her.
I'm the firstborn, and I've got a quite close relationship with my father. And I think the thought of the possibility of losing his daughter if we migrated, that was quite hard for him.
How will this Canadian-born Max manage to appease Adora's Chinese Peranakan family as he asks for her hand in marriage?
Now he really likes Max, and Max has been accepted in my family, so everything's all right.